Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. We are just letting everyone in, making sure it's streamed everywhere that it needs to be. My name's Anna Geary, and this is my business partner, Anita, with the Get Savvy Club collectively. We'll go into that a bit more shortly. If you want to put in the chat who you are, what your business is, what you're about. If you're watching on Facebook, actually, later, you can put it in there as well. Let us know who you are, what your business is.
Yeah, we'll catch up with all of that.
Yeah, we'll have a look, but we can see some we can see some of our clients are actually in here as well. So hey to our clients that have decided to jump on too. Really, really grateful to have you here. Can you see the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Right. Because I can't see. Yeah.
Nobody's chatting.
Okay.
That's probably why.
Yeah, but that's very that's very unlike our the people in our world to not chat. So Olivia, I don't know if you can see the chat. Creative Zone put hello.
So we've got like a presentation we've prepared, we've got some slides, and we're going to just take you through how easy it is to start getting new clients on LinkedIn, and what it is that people are doing wrong who are on it and, you know, slogging their guts out and not getting anywhere. And we see it all the time. You know, there is a right way and a wrong way, and actually it doesn't need to take all your time, and it doesn't need to feel like hard work, and it doesn't need to feel like you've got another job on top of your existing job. And it is an awesome way for any business to go and find new clients. So we're going to show you how to do that.
Yeah, just so that you know, Olivia, we the Creative Zone Tech, everybody can't chat in the chat at the moment. It's just to hosts and panelists it's set to, so that needs changing. So only like us three can chat in there right now, so the others can't actually put their chat in, which we really want to know who's on, so we can sort of, if we've got examples,
if you can change the settings to everyone.
If you are listening, I don't know if she's got it on mute, if you can change the settings.
Just confirming that everyone can chat.
Everyone can.
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, yeah, they're jumping in now. Works now.
That's
Thank
all
you,
Andrew. Say, put in the chat, and
and we're like, why is everybody being so rude? Not talking back to us, but that's why now everybody can see it. So thank you.
Good to find that out early on, though. Hey.
Yeah, so let us know who you are, what you do, what you're hoping to get out of this. That'd be great, fantastic. I'm going to go and grab the presentation now. I always feel the pressure when Anita and I work together. We normally, you do Zoom, don't you, rather than me?
Sustainable packaging business.
Oh
yes, normally I drive the Zoom, but yeah, not today.
I thought you were just randomly saying that then. Can you see it? Okay?
No, I was reading the chat.
Oh, okay, brilliant. Because I don't think I can see the chat and share the thing now I've done that. You're responsible for reading out the chat now, because I've got the screen, like the presentation up on the screen.
Oh, Mark from Cardiff, NLP training company. Interesting.
Excellent. Yeah, we have
I like a bit of
NLP. Yeah, I'm speaking to you later, Mark, I think, actually, aren't I?
So thank you everyone for coming, giving us your time, your valuable time. This will probably take about 40 minutes, but every time we present on this, we get loads of questions. So there's loads of opportunities as we go along to ask questions, and then we'll stay however long we need to at the end and answer all your questions.
Yeah, brilliant. So I think now we can.
Someone in Beirut. I love people around the world being able to just join on Zoom.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, excellent. So let's get into it. So so this is Cashing on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for the Creative Zone team for letting us present today. They asked us, we've been out and seen the guys quite a few times in Dubai. We work with them quite closely, so it's good for them. They wanted to do something a little bit different for everybody that's in their world. So we said, hey, we can actually do this and run this for you. So we're hoping to give you as much value as we possibly can in the short time that we have with you today. So cashing in on LinkedIn, we'll go through what we normally hear as the main problems, if you like, that we hear all the time about utilizing, basically getting out there and getting seen and making money using social media.
So we see this, everyone. So put in the chat if you feel this way, or if there's other things that are stopping you from getting your business to where you want to be, and obstacles, but basically visibility. We can't buy from you if we don't know about you. So you've got to be visible. You've got to be out there, or nobody can buy from you.
Yeah, and these are all the problems that we get. So
so competition. Loads of people feel like their competitors are further ahead than them and they're doing better and they see them everywhere, and you know then they're not as good as them, so what's the point in even trying? And we kind of have that self-defeating attitude before we even go, and that's one of the problems with social media, is that comparisonitis, so we help people to get over that as well.
Yeah, you're only seeing the highlight reel. Actually, I spoke to a lady at the back end of last week who said, oh, there's a lady that does exactly what I do in the same location as me and I feel like she's prolific, and you know that it's okay, you know, there's enough business out there for.
There is. And who, you know, if we were up to ask you how you decided your pricing, who's then thought about what your competitors charge and made sure you're, you know, on a benchmark with them, which is just taking into account all of their imposter syndrome as well. So it's a common thing, definitely. You probably don't have a marketing budget. You know, there's a lot of small businesses out there who can't afford to allocate a load of time and limited resources. You haven't got time and people to do this for you. You are it. You've got to do it for your own business.
Yeah, cool. I've had a few people ask the question about it being disabled, the chat box, but I'm hoping now that it's fine for all of you.
Yeah, I've got loads of chats.
You
can't say hello to everyone because we'll never get through the presentation.
Yeah, we will do. But we'll look. I'm trying to like open the chat as well on my screen at the same time, but then I can't see the actual thing.
So someone said, is this webinar starting or is this a chat session? I'm not sure whether that's having to go at us for chatting too much or not, but yeah, this is the webinar we are starting.
Excellent. So so the next problem that you have is networking. So getting out there, and we're all told to network in businesses, but it takes up time, doesn't it? It takes up time. I used to remember
offline networking does,
offline networking does, getting out there in front of people. Many a time I've been to a networking meeting where you've gone, actually the people that are there, lovely as they are, you're thinking, where will I be able to get the business from here? Because it could be limited to how many people are there. So, and the time, because you've got to do the work that you're doing, right? Being able to go and network at the same time is taking up a whole bunch of time.
And you need to build credibility. Nobody will buy from you if you aren't credible, if they don't know, like, and trust you, if they don't think you can actually add value and give them the outcome that they're looking for. So LinkedIn is a fabulous way to build credibility so that people will buy from you as well. But it's important.
Yeah, and the great thing is if you are limited on your resources in terms of, you know, who like time and who you can get into your business, this can help with that as well. So the solution is to get seen, known, and build credibility without the need for unlimited resources, or the need for money, resources, and unlimited time.
Which sounds really obvious, doesn't it? But we're going to show you how to do that.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like the impossible struggle as well.
Yeah. So, unsurprisingly, we're going to tell you that the solution to your problem is to use LinkedIn more. So no doubt most of you have got a LinkedIn account or thinking of getting a LinkedIn account or have heard of LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is 100% the solution.
And LinkedIn is not, you know, it's been around a long time. It's got a load of credibility, but it's no means an old platform, and you should move on to the next new thing to launch, Clubhouse, TikTok, whatever. LinkedIn has 875 million users worldwide. So there's enough on there to be your customers. And we were looking it up earlier, and in 2022, it had a 22% increase in engagement. So it's still a relevant platform. There's people on it, and they will buy from you if they see you and find you credible. Yeah,
Anita and I went to San Diego last year for, it was a conference, worldwide conference for people that are in marketing, and it was all chat about which social media platforms are going to be the ones to use moving forward, and LinkedIn was up there. Facebook and Instagram, the reach is going, you've got to pay to play, and LinkedIn was the one that's everybody was predicting that not only is it prolific and working now, it's only going to grow. It's only going to grow. So if you're somebody like a lot of our clients don't like to use social media, would rather not use social media. But if you've got to pick one and get prolific on one, then LinkedIn's probably the easiest.
Yeah, and it's worth pointing out actually that LinkedIn, lots of people will tell you, gurus, that LinkedIn is business to business and Facebook is business to consumer. And we're here to say that's not true. LinkedIn has, like we say, millions of people on it who are consumers as well. They buy things, they have money, they've probably got jobs, they're probably sitting in their offices a lot of the time, quite bored, scrolling through. They don't have a lot of time to go around all of the shops or scroll through Facebook, in which case your post isn't getting shown to them anyway. So they're your customers. So whether you are in network marketing, you've got products and services, whatever it is you sell, LinkedIn is the platform that you can make money on.
Yeah, this is actually this is actually a good time to ask you, if you can, if you're watching this on your laptop, if you can get your phone out and get onto LinkedIn. This is a great time to use a different device to be looking at your LinkedIn as well, because throughout it's interactive. You can have a look at LinkedIn at the same time, and some of the things will resonate.
And it'd be really good for you to look at, we've got some examples, to have a look at yours compared to what we're saying, and kind of give us some feedback as well on what your thoughts are.
Yep. And of course, you can connect with Anita and I on there as well. We have between us, I think we have something like 50,000 connections. So it'll make more sense moving through the presentation. But actually, once you connect with us, it opens out your network by an additional 50,000. So I know a lot of you on here are already connected to us. That's great. If you're not yet, then please do connect with us both. And then, because between us, we have the 50,000. So it makes sense to connect with both of us, not just one of us as well.
Somebody's put in the chat, for LinkedIn all the major work is easier on a laptop. That's not true, actually. There's a lot you can do on LinkedIn on your phone, and getting used to using LinkedIn on your phone will make it way easier for you, because you can do it wherever you are. So if you're waiting at the dentist for your appointment, you can put a post out on LinkedIn, or you can comment on some other people. So it doesn't need to be, right now I'm going to do my marketing, I allocate an hour a day. You can do 2 minutes here and there, and it makes it seem way easier to do.
Yeah, brilliant. Right. And of course, the solution is use LinkedIn, and then use us, Get Savvy Club, to help you get the results that you want from using LinkedIn. So why on earth should you listen to us? So we're just going to whistle stop through a little bit about each other individually.
Yeah, so the usual bit of background. So I have been in marketing for 30 years. 25 of those were spent in a corporate role for various different businesses. I've had, millions of pounds of budget to spend, mainly specialising in lead generation and strategy. And what I love actually about social media, which wasn't around when I started marketing, is that it's leveled the playing field. So any small business can get out there and can get in front of hundreds of thousands of their ideal clients and get their product and their name out there if they know how to do it right, without spending any money at all. Whereas I used to have to spend millions of pounds to get in front of those people, and we used to have to wait months to look at the results of a campaign and whether it's worked and what we need to tweak. Whereas social media is immediate. You can put a post out, and if it doesn't fly, you can put a different kind of post out. So it's an awesome tool for small businesses. And it frustrates me that I either see people using it wrong, or just thinking they're not good enough to use it, or they don't know how to use it, and shying away from it when it can help make your business successful. So yeah, my background is pure marketing. And then funnily enough, when I set up on my own, I did all the networking meetings, all the round, as everybody does. But getting out there and talking about how great I was at marketing so that people would book me, I actually found pretty cringy, because I'd spent 25 years marketing other products and services, and not having to put myself out there. So I quickly realized that one of the big blockers for people in getting visible is the fact that they've got imposter syndrome, and it makes you cringe. So what we came up with in our LinkedIn Made It Easy program are some tools to help people with that, which we'll go into a bit more later in the presentation.
Yeah, and Anita's totally right here. In terms of it's leveled the playing field. You can get out there now. Like you said, she had to manage millions of pounds worth of budget, and also then, like you say, soul destroying, that you do all that testing A and B, and then it just doesn't work after you've lost all of that money. So if you haven't connected with Anita yet on LinkedIn, you should jump ahead and do that now. Just a little bit about myself. My background, mostly I've been in sales type of roles my entire life. And as soon as Facebook was a thing, because I was doing sales already, I was old school, cold calling is what I did, and then many years in recruitment. But as soon as I found out about Facebook, I had my head on of like, how can I get more business from this? So I've always, since I think it's like 2008 or something, 2007, 2008, thought, right, how can I use, first it was Facebook, and then it was all and Twitter and the usual. So I always had my head on of how to make money with these things, not just about just using it for what it is. So with the recruitment background, I've been on LinkedIn's been around for about 20 years, and I've been on it for probably about 17 of those, probably more than that, 17, 18 of those years, originally just to find great people for the jobs that I was recruiting for. But then when Microsoft bought it back in 2015, 16, it changed to what it is today. So if you've not used it for years, or you're like, I used to use it to get jobs, it's not that anymore. It's totally not that. It's somewhere where you can get out, get known, get your credibility, get seen. It's a huge online networking space now, and you can win with it early on.
And as one of these people who sees a function or a button and she just presses it and goes for it.
Yeah.
And actually what is great about that is it means that, Anna will test anything new coming out. And if it's not going to be easy to use and actually make you money, we don't bother to include it in our training.
Yeah.
So we're constantly updating our training with all the changes. But what we do, which is so valuable, is we tell you what you don't have to do as well as what you do have to do.
Save your time.
All of that crap. You're not going to be dancing, pointing in bikinis unless it's going to actually make you some money. Or you want to enjoy doing it. If you want to do it. But
it's like ChatGPT that was out a number of weeks ago, and as soon as I found out about it from somebody else that I follow that's in America, I was like, jumping on it and messing about with it and trying to work out ways to do it. But yeah, so my background,
we all need an Anna in our business.
Yeah, so with that background, I did LinkedIn training actually on my memories on Facebook the other day. Came up me talking about a LinkedIn training I was doing in 2018, like an actual one where everyone came to the offices that I was working at the time, because all my clients wanted to know how to use it. So it kind of was a natural thing to then go into this. So it made sense. So of course, reach out, connect with me now. That'd be fantastic. And it does open up your network too. So that's great. So that's a little bit about us both. And collectively, our mission is to teach the world how to get more clients easily and effortlessly using LinkedIn.
So we started Get Savvy Club just over 3 years ago, and this is the mission of our business.
And well, yeah, we've done a lot. Yeah, we've done a lot in that time as well. We do have a podcast called Marketing Made Easy. If you go onto anywhere that you have podcasts and just put in Get Savvy Club, you'll find that. We've won awards. We've trained over 3,000 businesses already, all different types of businesses, to use social media in less time. We've had challenges, online programs. We do one-to-ones as well. So yeah, we're constantly working towards getting everyone to put their fears aside and get out there and win more business using these fantastic platforms.
But how do we do that? So how do we show people how to use LinkedIn and make money using less time? And we're going to take you through the fundamentals of that now. Basically, we've got a 3-step system. So we've worked really hard over the years to make it as simple and easy for people, because we know that actually you don't want to learn how to use all of social media. You don't want to be social media managers. And if it was something that, really appealed to you, you could probably have been using it for years, like Anna. What you want is to learn a way to use it to benefit your business, to help your business be more successful. And so that's what we focused on teaching. And so the 3-step system, the first is your message.
Then we're going to go through with you your setup, and then the content. And literally they're the 3 fundamentals that you need. So I don't know if you've ever looked at trying to do LinkedIn or any social media training before, but a lot of people out there make it a lot more complicated than it needs to. But these are your 3 fundamentals, really. So let's get into the first one.
So the first one is your message. So it's about being visible. I've said before that people can't buy from you if they don't see you and they don't know about you. And it's about being visible and being in front of the right people. So lots of people think they have to stand out. They have to produce more content, add more value, shout louder, dance around to get noticed. And actually, yes, you could do all of that, but that's the hard way to do it. The easy way to do it is to actually niche and make sure that rather than being one person in a massive, large pool saying what you do, if you niche, you can put yourself in a smaller pool and it's way easier to stand out. So the internet has basically put everything at our fingertips really easily. So you probably have heard of a long tail search on search engines. So we don't say we want to go and buy a black top. Nobody just searches black top because you've got too much stuff coming at you and it's impossible to filter it all down. So say you're looking for a black top to wear to a specific thing, or ladies, size, whatever, fitted, but you put the detail in so that the stuff coming back to you is more tailored. It's exactly the same in everything we buy. We want to work with experts who are dedicated to working just with us. So if we're looking for an NLP practitioner, a therapist, products and services, we want the ones we're looking for. And so we'll put in a more detailed search. So if you choose that as a niche, and like we've said, there's 800 odd million people on LinkedIn. So even if you niche, you're not going to narrow it down that much. if you niche correctly, not a niche that only one person ever wants to buy. If there's enough people out there, you will stand out, you'll appeal to them more, and it will make them, if you think that somebody has got the solution you're looking for because they're using those exact words that you're thinking about, then you're immediately going to want to message them. And so it's about, Anna was talking earlier, it's about not just pushing out more stuff, but gently pulling your ideal clients towards you.
Yeah, so if it's hard to stand out when there's lots of you, when there's a less of a pool, you can stand out far easily. And how much better to have people, you be the go-to person, so everybody understands who you help and how, and then not only will those people identify themselves and reach out to you because they know you're the one that can help, but actually other people can say, oh, you need someone that does X, Y, and Z. I've seen this person that does X, Y, and Z. They sound perfect for you, and can send them your way. So get known by knowing your client as well. So it's no good in your business if you say, yeah, but I do this particular thing and I can help anybody and everybody, because actually, yes, your products and service might be able to help anyone, but that's not going to be useful for them to, like, no one wants to just be an anyone, do they? They want to feel special. So you've got to really think about, like, if you have, never mind, you yourself have got to think, who's your ideal client? Someone that you love working with and you can get great results for, and they can pay you as well. And then once you've nailed that, knowing all their pain points, so what keeps them awake at night, and then also the outcomes that they're striving for as well. Once you really understand what your ideal client's thinking, then it's far easier for them to get to know you using LinkedIn.
Yeah, what are they actually buying from you? No one buys the stuff. So no one's buying the course or the training or the hard work or the diet or whatever it is. We're all buying that outcome. So what is it, the outcome that your ideal client's looking for? And the more you get to know them, the more you can talk about that outcome, and then you'll know, that's exactly what I'm thinking about, and that's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
So it's really important to do that.
So the messaging is so important,
and actually you can use this message everywhere. So it's not, we're talking to you about LinkedIn, but once you get that level of understanding and being able to describe your business in such a way, that should go on your website, it should go on all the emails you do, it should go on if you use any other social media platforms, it should be talking about it in blogs and what have you. So the consistency is going to be key here.
100% of the time, our clients, once they have unlocked this, they get it. And they then can move on to the next bit, and they can easily and effortlessly attract people to them. It's not nailing this bit that gets everyone kind of stuck. But once you know this, everything else is so much easier. We have people go for
I think the reason people are reluctant to do it is because they feel that they're going to limit the amount of money they can make. So if you think, well, if I can offer everything to everyone, I'll have more people ready to buy from me. And that does make sense. But if you can be the expert for less people, then they're more likely to buy from you. You can charge a higher price and you will actually end up making more money. So it feels counterintuitive, but once you get it, and it also makes all of your marketing easier. So everything that follows is way easier. So Anna's absolutely right. Sometimes clients struggle with this bit, but once they get it, they feel like they've got total clarity. They know what they're going to talk about, and they start to get clients coming to them left, right, and centre. It's kind of like this momentum, it's an uphill, and once they get there, the momentum turns, and they just start to attract clients.
Yeah, your life will be easier as well. Actually, we said this. I went to a pizza restaurant yesterday with the kids, and they were moaning a bit about, like, there was a lack of choice, and my cousin was there, she's a chef, and she said, yeah, but to run this place it'd be so easy because there's only limited amounts on the menu. You come in here, it's clearly a pizza place, you're coming in here for a pizza, it doesn't do all of these other things, and it would just work, and that's why it's busy in here, that's why they make so much money. Everything, runs itself really well because they're not trying to do too many things and appeal to all people.
It's a good analogy, because if you were looking for a pizza and there's two restaurants side by side, and one says we do pizza and one says we do pizza, we do pasta, we do burgers, we do Chinese, we do Indian, we do all of that, you'd go to the pizza place because you'd assume that's all they do, they're going to be really good at it, and that's how our minds work. So if you ever struggle with this, basically turn it around in your mind and think like a consumer. Think about the things that you buy and how you look for them, how you do your searches and what it is you're looking for, and realize that actually what you're buying is an outcome, and for someone who can be seen to be the best option to provide that outcome.
Let us know in the chat how you are with this in terms of niche. Are you like on it? You're like, yeah, I know my niche is this and I'm happy with it. Or do you struggle with this? And do you think maybe that's...
Someone said, will there be practical guides on how to use LinkedIn for business, or is this just an introduction? There's only so much we can tell you in one webinar, unfortunately. So what we're going to go through is the foundation and the basics that you need to be doing. If you've got a specific question, put it in the chat and we're happy to answer it. The
next bit we'll come into is actually setup. So this will be really useful for you. We're going to get you to look at your LinkedIn as well, because there's going to be some things that you can really will get your brain thinking and actually you can do. So so basically niche and knowing your client is like leads to your message, and it's that completely says what Anita's just been talking about a minute ago about that's going to help you. Right, because I think that is one problem, that this is what we come across with people. Often they want to fast track to the tips and the hints on what to do on LinkedIn. What button do I press where? And actually, it's not about using it on a functional level. Yes, we can do that. Every single one of our programs has a how-to library with, like, if you're stuck, you can go and find
how to do a post, how to connect, how to stories.
Every single thing of how to do every single thing is on there completely. And if anybody ever finds anything that isn't, they just ask us and we just get a Loom video made up like instantly. So that's not the tricky bit. Actually, it's about knowing your marketing messages. That's the bit, that's the thing that will unlock any, learning the functionality, which is why having social media managers that just shove posts out for you doesn't necessarily work, because yes, they know the functionality of how to post or share stories or do a reel or whatever, but have they unlocked that marketing messages at the higher level? And that's that first bit we just spoke about there is really important. So now we're kind of moving on to
it's not the sexy bit though, is it? It's not the bit where you feel you're doing something. It's the way you think, well, when you might start a marketing course and it starts about you and you're like, actually I just want to get out there and get more clients. And actually, sometimes you've got to do the groundwork in order to make you more successful in getting the clients. That's what it's all for. That's, our return on investment is measured on how many more clients you've got and how much money you've made. But you will find that way easier and be more successful at it. Exactly what Anna says, if you do this bit first.
Yeah, we could tell you what buttons to push to raise your SSI score on LinkedIn, or to get seemingly to see like you have more followers or whatever it may be. But actually, if you're not getting money coming through it by using it, then it's not doing what it needs to do. The return on investment.
But let's look at your setup. So get your phones out and have a look at
have a look at your other device that you are.
Actually, can we just, is everybody already on LinkedIn and using it, or is there anyone that hasn't? So if you're on LinkedIn and you use it regularly, just put your hand up or give me a yes in the comments or something like that. It'd be interesting to see.
And from what you can see, as somebody that's just jumped onto your LinkedIn now as a fresh pair of eyes, would you honestly buy from you based on what your LinkedIn looks like now? Are you credible? Is it clear what you do? Have you got testimonials? Have you got recent posts on there? Would it be clear that what you do, who you work with, how you work?
And what's your level of confidence in your language? Are you talking about outcomes you can get for people confidently? Nobody wants to go. I always use an analogy of going to the dentist. And if you had toothache and you went to the dentist and I've got toothache and they said, okay, put a filling in, it might ease it. There's a chance it might not help, but let's give it a go. You'd be like more reticent. The dentist doesn't do that. They say, okay, you need a filling, that will fix it. I'm sure there are examples where it hasn't fixed it, or they have to go back because it hasn't worked properly. But it's about the confidence that you talk with people. And so you need to make sure, just have a read through. If you look through your last few posts and your profile, can people tell what you do? Lots of people make the mistake of thinking, well, I've talked about what I do already. I don't want to repeat myself and be boring to people, but not everybody sees everything you do. So you have to be repetitive. You have to be consistent. You have to be boring. So if you go through, will people easily understand what it is you do, what outcomes you get for people? And is it easy for them to understand how to work with you? What are the next steps to contact you or to buy from you? Are you putting that in regularly as well? So all those things are very important, and they often get forgotten because people think, well, I said that last week, I don't want to be boring. And actually, we're here to say, be boring. That's the key to marketing. Marketing is about consistency and repetition. Is there ever an advert where you go, oh, this advert drives me mad, but you know the company, and when you need that product, you think of them, love them or hate them, they've got inside your head. So that's what we need to do.
We should do a new ad campaign. Get Savvy Club. Be boring.
I'm conscious there are a few detailed questions that we haven't gone into, but we'll come back and go through the chat at the end and go through any questions.
And connect with us on LinkedIn as well, because we don't want to take up too many people's time and not get everything in. So if it is long-winded, then obviously we're happy to
also
have a look into that and chat afterwards.
I think it's worth pointing out everything we teach is on free LinkedIn. Anna and I use free LinkedIn. We don't pay for LinkedIn. It's not cheap. You don't need to pay for it. You can get the results you want and all the clients you want just using the free features. So yeah, we're not going to advocate that you need to buy LinkedIn Navigator and start doing this, that, and the other. It's all dead easy, and it's on free LinkedIn.
All about organic social media. So if we don't want you paying any extra money out to get the results to get. Of course, it's worth paying further down the line, but you've got to make sure everything works first of all. That's more scale. We're about actually getting business to start. So just this is a great sort of comparison here. Which one's best? So Helen's actually one of our clients. So these are both tutors. They're both on LinkedIn, and they can both help your children get better results, get ahead further faster. I'm sure they're both great at what they do. But who would you choose if you were looking to get a tutor for your child? You would definitely go for Helen, wouldn't you? There's a great banner there. Her photo is really approachable and nice. But most importantly, we want to highlight here a little known sort of hack that a lot of people don't realize this, that use LinkedIn. Your headline is like real estate, is like space where you can actually showcase what you do and who you help and how.
It's your shop window.
Yeah, you don't need to just putting, if Anita and I had founder Get Savvy Club, what does that mean to you? Nothing. You don't know what Get Savvy Club is. It's just a founder of a business like this lady person, whoever it is. We don't even know who is. It's just a tutor. Doesn't give us anything. But if you were just to set up LinkedIn not realizing this, you would just put your job title there because that's what it tells you to do. But you can change this to really sell yourself, like Helen has here, with supporting tutors to create profitable businesses without having to sacrifice all of their free time. So she helps tutors become better online tutors, as well as being a tutor as well. So
it's super clear. We don't want people to have to spend any time working out what we do, because nobody's got any time. We're all far too busy for that. So it's super clear, really easy to grasp, and you understand if you're a tutor and you feel like it's taking up too much of your time but you want to make more money, Helen's for you. Why not have a chat with her?
Yeah.
Whereas the other one is not enticing at all, is it?
Yeah. So I'm sure most of yours aren't as bad as this tutor, but you can see our point of view of what we're trying to say here.
A couple of the rules are that to use your personal profile on LinkedIn, you can have a company profile, but it doesn't have as much functionality and doesn't have as much visibility. So use your personal profile and don't hide behind a logo. Make sure you've got your picture on there, because we like to deal with other human beings. We like to see faces. We like to see real people. So the fact that there's no picture on there is, probably one of the worst parts of that profile. And if Helen didn't have a picture on there, again, you'd think, oh, well, I'm not really sure about her. But the fact that she looks friendly, she looks approachable, it doesn't have to be the slickest picture, but you do need to have your own profile picture on there.
And also this poor tutor person actually might have a photo there, but they've got the settings set up wrong, that actually the settings say only show my profile picture to people that are already connected with me. Well, that's kind of like, who like
only letting friends and family into your shop.
Yeah, exactly. Or walking around with a paper bag on your head until you know them. And no one's really going to rush out to find you. But yeah, exactly. So let us know, are you happy with your headline, or do you think it could do with some improvement? Another thing to what is important is how many people are seeing you. So if you're on your LinkedIn right now, how many connections do you have? So that's not how many how many people are you following, it's how many actual connections. So they can see you and you can see them. So if you are requesting to connect with me, make sure you're requesting to connect, not just following me. So you can, select the more button and press the connect bit, because otherwise you'll just follow me and you'll see my post. I won't see your post. So have a look and think about how many connections are there.
You can have 30,000 on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so don't.
So imagine having 30,000 connections. When you put a post out, how many more people are likely to see that versus just having 5 connections? So it's vitally important. It's the same as, you wouldn't go to an offline networking meeting that only had 2 people there week in, week out, because there's just no point, is there? So it's exactly the same. So we have people coming up to us going, oh, I'm posting on LinkedIn all the time. It doesn't work for my business. And we're like, oh, how many connections have they got? And they say, oh, 14. We're like, okay, so it's tedious, it's not much fun, but you do need to work really hard to build your connections in. The good news is LinkedIn is super easy to find people on there. You can search by job title, you put location in, you can even search by content in their posts, so you can look for people who have been, you know, using it recently, and just send out connection requests. And you don't need to send a direct message with that, because what can you possibly write that wouldn't seem, you know, either pre-salesy or salesy or what have you? So it won't adversely affect the amount of people who accept your connection requests if you don't send a message. Everybody should be on there to connect with other people, open up their world. So why wouldn't they do that? So accept the connection requests that you get, and then send out, you know, maybe 20 a day. You don't have to do a lot. It can take you maybe 5 minutes. And this is another one that's way easier to do on a mobile phone than on a laptop, because there are less clicks to do. So you just, you know, set yourself a task of doing it for 5 minutes every morning, 20 people who are in your ideal client target market, and just build up. And if you do that, you know, over the course of a month, you'll build that up significantly, and it can only help you.
Yeah, like Anita said, the main thing that's better about LinkedIn than the others, just the fact that the search functionality, if you only deal, like I think Mark said about Cardiff earlier, if you want people in the Cardiff area, you can actually search and connect with people in the Cardiff area. It's harder to do that on the other sites there, but yeah, so you can, and not only don't just connect just with people that you think are your ideal clients, but people that can lead you to your ideal clients as well. But we go into masses of that in our you know, in our trainings. So the third step is all about content. So there's two sides of the content issue, if you like. There's those people that don't have a clue what content to put out there. So they stare at a blank screen and think, wow, I've got to do a LinkedIn post, but I don't know what to put. I'm not sure. I'm not confident. And they get stuck and often don't get out there at all. And then it's just as much of a problem if people are fine, happy, confident getting the content out there, but they've been doing it for a while, and actually, if they're honest, they're not getting any business from it. Nobody's reaching out and saying, actually their DMs are just full of people wanting to work with that, like basically saying, hey, wanting to sell to them, instead of anybody saying, I've seen your post and I love what you do, and can we have a conversation? Can we speak about this? So even if you do turn up regularly with content, is it working for you? Are you getting clients? That's what we're looking for here. We're looking for people to actually get a return on investment, and actually for the output that you're putting out, all your content you're putting out, you're getting people back in. Or are you the other side of the coin, where actually you're you don't know what content to put out there? Let us know in the chat. That'd be
So this is one of the biggest things we get from people who speak to, just like, okay, I know I need to be visible, I know I need to get out there, I know I need to put content out regularly, but I just really struggle with what to post about. And there's a few tips to help with this. One is, you don't have to think up some completely original idea every single day, and it doesn't have to be you know, a long form post that's, you know, fully researched with all the stats in and everything. It's just as good to just get one sentence out there, just a question, asking people a question so that they can interact with it. So the LinkedIn algorithm is looking at you in terms of popularity. So if you're putting posts out and no one's ever engaging with them, then when you put more posts out, they'll think that you're not worth sharing, and they won't share you very much. So if you can build that engagement on LinkedIn, then it will think that you're a person that people want to hear from, and whatever you put out will start getting more eyes on it, getting more visible, and then the more eyes you have on it, the more people that can engage with it. So that's the trick. It's not always, we see so many people using LinkedIn just to sell their stuff day in, day out. It's hard to engage. Who wants to engage with something that's just somebody that's just talking about their product? It's really hard to do. It's not very interesting. And you know, if you scroll through and look at those posts, they'll basically maybe have one like, maybe one comment, and it's just not going very far. So the trick is to use LinkedIn as an online version of offline networking. So if offline networking, you would literally just turn up, say, do you want to buy this? And then go again, then fine, do that on LinkedIn. But I don't think many people do that. So you build relationships, you build friendships, you have chats by the coffee machine, you ask people questions about them and their role and their life, and you talk to them about your life. And LinkedIn is just exactly the same. It's a bit harder to get going to do that. So, you know, over the years, as we've said, we've put many bonuses into our products, and one of them is called Daily Dave. And basically, when you work with us, we send you a content topic every single day. You just write a post about it and put it out, and it gets you going. And it also gets you using the 20 odd different kinds of content that you should be using. Because the other thing is, people get stuck in a rut. product and they only do posts about their products, or they only do posts like this, or they only do posts like that. And maybe being slightly more personal on LinkedIn is difficult. So we help you to do all of that, because it's really necessary to get engagement, to tell the algorithm that your stuff counts and they should share it with other people, to get people to notice you and build that relationship. You can have relationships on LinkedIn just the same as you do in real life. And we've got lots of people that we've never actually met, but we feel like we know them quite well because we see them on LinkedIn, we comment on their stuff, they comment on ours. Make sure you comment on other people's as well, because it's not a one-way street where you just put stuff out and you expect people to just give. It's give and take. So yeah, think of it as offline networking and apply the same principles online to your content as well. And actually, how easy is it? It's maybe, you know, in the run up post Christmas, to say, put a post out saying who's given up on their New Year's resolutions already. It would literally take you less than a minute, and you'll probably get quite a lot of engagement on that if you've got a big enough audience and you go out regularly and all that kind of stuff. So it's not difficult to do.
Yeah, I might do a poll on that shortly.
Yeah, it's one of the ways we teach people that makes it easy, actually.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, content needs to be, like Anita said, needs engagement, and we need the algorithm to know that this is an interesting post. So if you're just scheduling a whole bunch of content at the start of a week or start of a month, and you're just leaving it and you're never interacting yourself, and it's not social, it's social media for a reason. There's a social aspect to it that needs to be plugged in. Hence why we have a community. Anybody that's a client of ours gets to go into one of our communities, which is called a LinkedIn pod, which is like our WhatsApp group where everybody can support each other on their posts as well. So no one's ever getting left behind, even if they're new to it and they haven't got many connections yet. They can start the building up and get help with that.
And also the first 2 hours is the key bit for your post. If it goes out and has no interaction within 2 hours, then it's kind of dropped down in the point system. So if you can just get a few comments on that in the first 2 hours using the LinkedIn pod, then it'll help just give it the longevity that will help you get out there.
Yeah, we love to put this out because we always have somebody on we do lots of these webinars. We do we do them globally. We're based in the UK, if you couldn't tell by our voices, but we work a bit out in Dubai as well, and then we have people in like America, and basically anywhere that speaks English. We work in those areas, and we challenge people, because every now and then someone will say, yeah, LinkedIn sounds good, but for my business I don't think it really works. So if you've got a business and you're thinking, actually, I don't think it's going to work for me, let us know in the comments just while we whistle through a few different types. I
would add, actually, if you've been using a social media manager and it's not worked, that doesn't mean that LinkedIn or whatever platform you're on isn't going to work for you. It just means that in all honesty, I've never met anybody who's used a social media manager and it has worked for them, which is why we can help train you so that you can manage somebody and you know what to look for. But equally, we love to train people to show them how quick and easy it can be each day to just do it for themselves, and way more successful. So yeah, we hear all the time, I've been doing this and it hasn't worked, LinkedIn isn't for me. And every single time it's because of what we go through. We look at their activity, we look at their profile, and we tell them that what they're doing wrong. They sort it, and then they start getting loads of clients through LinkedIn.
And a lot of social media managers, they can hoodwink you with vanity metrics in terms of like how many, oh look, but I've grown your followers and I've grown this and I've grown that. But ultimately it's about what money comes out the other end that matters. So we'll just go through a few people that we've helped previously, and just to give you an idea of the different types of businesses and what they do. So Felicia, she is a great online coach. She had been on LinkedIn just for her old corporate life, so she was a bit worried actually about then changing it up to being an online coach and talking about that. She had huge imposter syndrome because she's in the UK, but she's French. She had a bit of an issue around a French accent as well. And we were like, this is like a superpower actually, that you are actually, it's something different about you. You don't need to worry. So she got over that, and yeah, she started using LinkedIn and was getting literally inquiries just after a few days.
Bono is awesome. He was using a lot of Facebook and realized that his reach was dropping. He had a shop which got closed down during lockdown, and he basically had to replace that income. So we taught him LinkedIn, and he thought it wasn't really for him because he's quite frivolous. He thought it was going to be all stuffy and what have you. He got on there, loved it, is making money through it, finding new clients through it, that he's working with online as well. But more importantly, someone who was, you know, an idol of his approached him to speak at a fashion event, which he's done it now, and he absolutely loved it. So it's not just about getting out there and making more money. You can get out there and you can expand your influence and your reach and just make great connections.
Build your credibility, get free PR. There's absolute tons that you could be doing with it as well. It's just, that's the bottom line, is what else you get, you know, just getting the business at the end. But yeah, getting to be like a thought leader and known in what you do as well. It's going to help. We spoke briefly about Helen before, but she sold out her first group program, making over 8K using LinkedIn.
Jane is a Pilates teacher, and she basically did one simple thing and increased her revenue by £1,500 a month in, month out.
Yeah. Steve is a finance director, so completely different type of person here. He came to us because he needed to basically get fuel to the fire in his LinkedIn. He obviously had been on LinkedIn for years, but hadn't really used it from a commercial point of view, just used it to get jobs before, but actually now he works for himself. We gave him one thing to do, and his books were full for like 18 months off the back of that. So he's a finance director.
And Sean Paul is in property, and basically it's a prime example of what we talked about before. He was on LinkedIn, but it wasn't targeted. No one really knew what he did and how to work with him. So we helped him sort all of that out, sort his content out, and he just loved it because he started attracting clients and investors and some big names, and his business just like flew.
Yeah, we help a lot of property, people in property, and he runs a property networking group as well. So then some of his clients, some of those people that went to his property group became clients as well. So it's kind of a knock-on effect. So Anita and I think that you have 3 options now, following listening to us and the advice that we can give you on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so as we've said, we can't tell you everything in a 20-minute or 40-minute presentation, but we can tell you the fundamentals. And then you've now got 3 routes that you can take in terms of implementing them and making LinkedIn. You're obviously interested in using LinkedIn to make your business more successful, or you wouldn't be here. So now we kind of worked out you've got 3 routes you can follow. Yeah,
so of course, no judgment here. If you want to just continue with how you've been using LinkedIn, your life, your business and everything the same, that's fine. But everyone knows if you change nothing changes. We love that saying. So, but that's fine. If you wanted to do that, that's one option that you do have.
You can Google it. There's so much information out there. You can watch YouTube videos about it. I think the trouble with that is it gives you too much. And you don't know what it is that you're going to do that is going to work for you. So you have to try every single strategy you read about, and you can become overwhelmed. And if you're anything like me, when you're overwhelmed too much, you just think, oh, stuff it, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave it. And sometimes you think, I'll just leave it for today. I'll come back tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes, does it? So, that's why I mentioned before, one of the things that we're most known for is that we kind of just tell you what you need to do. We don't just tell you all the stuff, because who needs to know all the stuff? There's too much going on. It's not interesting, is it?
Tell you what to stop doing as well. Like the amount of people that are like, oh, thank you so much for letting me know that I don't have to respond to all the DMs, because people didn't want to be rude, so they were responding to the DMs and all sorts of things that they're doing because they've been told to. Are like, drop all that, just do this, this and this, and you'll get the results. And they're like, wow, I need to hope.
The key is you kind of got to think about, where do you want to be in 6 to 12 months? Where do you want your business to be in 6 to 12 months? And yes, you can just change nothing, or you can Google it, but is it going to get you to where you want to be in the timescales you want to put into place?
Yeah. And then the third option is you can invest in yourself and start making cash using LinkedIn. So we did speak, obviously, at the start of this, that Creative Zone have asked us to do this for us. So as a thank you, we've got a bit of an offer for people that are in and around Creative Zone.
Phenomenal offer.
Well,
it's the lowest price we've ever offered this for. So
yeah, I know. I'm feeling a bit sick. I feel a bit sick actually about it. And I know it's not going to stay around forever. So soon the coupon code won't work. And then I'll feel better about it just being sold at the proper price. But anyways,
no, it's good.
We want you to have a bit of a think about how you would feel, like Anita said there, if in 6 to 12 months time you had nailed your most profitable niche and messaging. So you'd actually finally got to decide, because a lot of you know it, right? I used to be the queen of like not being able to say no, and shiny penny syndrome. So at one point I had so many different businesses doing so many different things, and it honestly wasn't until I like locked into Get Savvy Club and went all in on Get Savvy Club 3 years ago that I actually started making proper money. And I know how to use all this stuff. I've used this stuff for years, but I just would spread myself too thin. I was doing too many things, and you think, oh, that's great, that'll make me more money. No, it doesn't. So if in 6 to 12 months time you'd stop maybe being that shiny penny syndrome person like me, and you'd nailed your most profitable niche and messaging. You'd got visible and ahead of your competitors, and you were the best choice for the market and made more money now. How would that make you feel? So if you could just plug something in the next few months, and then for 6-12 months time, you're flying. Let us know in the chat how that would make you feel.
So we'd like to kind of quickly give you a whistle-stop tour of LinkedIn Made Easy and what it can do for you. So basically it is 3 years worth of working with over 3,000 clients and helping them. And it's our step-by-step, 3-step system, and then a load of bonuses to overcome any obstacle you can possibly have. So, you know, you'll get daily Dave, so you'll get your content topic, you'll get access to the LinkedIn pod, you'll get a monetization module. So loads of people get content, they grow a great community, but they're not making the sale. So there are certain posts you can put out there that will help you to make money. We'll give you all of those swipe files, exactly what to write, exactly what to do. As well as obviously on the left hand side, LinkedIn Made Easy. So everything you need to do to set up properly, to build your audience properly, and to get content out there to draw people to you.
Yeah, LinkedIn Made Easy, it's a complete game changer. People have got such great results just by finally making that shift. And they're not even changing their business, they're doing the same thing. They're actually serving their clients in the same way. They've just changed the way they marketed slightly, and they're doing it on LinkedIn, and they're getting fantastic results. So if you want to get started straight away, you get everything straight away, by the way, and then it takes a little bit of time to go through it, but we make it as easy as possible. Then you've got 3 months with us, 3 months worth, 90 days of content, 90 days in the pod to get that support, 90 days of the how-to library. Somebody asked earlier about that. You can show us exactly to do it. It's all in there. You can ask away. The community as well, how to make money from it, and of course we show you how to not do spammy DMs as well.
If you've ever thought, I'm really great, I love my business, I'm really great at what I do, I just wish I had more clients, then this is the answer. This is how to go and get more clients.
So what is it actually worth, what you're going to get in it? This is not the price, by the way, because as I said, I feel sick of what the price actually is going to be. But you get the programs. It's a whole program, LinkedIn Made Easy. You get all of that, which is worth we have to be mindful now of the dollars thing, $1,200 for LinkedIn Made Easy on its just as a standalone product.
It's worth mentioning, we've shown it all in dollars as kind of an international, everybody knows about dollars. You can buy it, whatever your currency, wherever you are in the world, you can buy it. I think that Creative Zone have just put the link in. So it doesn't matter where you are, it's available to you. Yeah.
Don't go buy it just yet, because you need the coupon code to get it less than this. So if you're going to buy it now, don't do it yet. You get with it Daily Dave as well. So as we mentioned, you get a content topic emailed to you every single day for the entire time that you're with us on that for the 3 months. So a content topic every day, cycling through all the different ones that Anita spoke about earlier. That's worth just under $106.
Yes, so you get lovely LinkedIn profile. So how to set up your LinkedIn profile like a mini sales page. LinkedIn is really optimized for search as well. So people can search for you on LinkedIn, but if they're putting in a search for whatever it is you do on Google or any of the other search engines, and your LinkedIn page is set up, you will come up on page 1 of that, and they will find your LinkedIn profile. So that's really useful as well. Plus bonuses on monetization. So Joe's just put in the chat that he's been on LinkedIn for the last 6 years plus, but he wants to know how to monetize it. We've got a whole module just on how to monetize it, and it goes into great detail and gives you it step by step, far more detail than we could go into in just an overview that we've been asked to do. Personal outreach, so how to approach people directly, and again the community we talked about, which is going to help you to get your posts more visible and get out there.
So you've got so the personal outreach is like no more spammy DMs, but you're going to be able to DM and start conversations without being that cringe person that you don't want in yours. So in total,
they're out there, they're on LinkedIn, they're ready, they want your stuff, they just need to.
They're probably even seeing some of the posts that you put out now. They just you've not really just tweaked that little thing to make it really super clear on the call to action to actually to become a client of yours. So it might be that they're all, like you said about you've been on it for all that time, you've probably got a ton of people wanting to work with you, but they just don't know how yet, because it's just the way that you're using it doesn't make it super simple to know how. So the total product worth today is £2,745.99. Oh, dollars. I knew I'd say it at some point. So $2,745,000 and 99 cents.
$2,745.99.
You know, my purse as well. I like have like, I've got dirhams, I've got dollars, I've got, when it comes to actually pay for anything in cash, I'm like, oh, where's the pounds, or I never know which currency I need. So yeah, that is the total of everything. But today, and you do need to use a coupon code. It's super important, because you only get this if you're with, you know, on this webinar, or you're part of this webinar and you use the coupon code. We're gonna do the whole lot for just $600. Which is an absolute, like,
and that is
no-brainer.
One-off payment. It's not $600 a month, and we do also have a payment plan. So if you want to pay that in 3 payments, you can. But that is a one-off payment. You get access to all of the stuff immediately. All of the bonuses kick off. You've got the Facebook that you can ask questions as you go along, and it's all there for you.
Yeah, so 2 ways that you can access that link to have a look at it all, and then obviously purchase it, invest in us, invest in yourself by joining us, is you can use that QR code there. So you can literally just get your phone, it will take you straight through to the sales page, or you can click on the link that the guys at Creative Zone have dropped in the chat for you now. Make sure that you won't get the coupon code comes when you put your details in first. So you go to buy, then at the end you put the CZ50, and then it brings it down to 600. So when you go in, you'll see it at 1,200 to start. So don't worry about that. You need to add the coupon code at the end. It's just,
so I have Googled it for you. So on today's Google currency exchange, if you're in Dubai, that is 2,200 dirhams, and if you're in the UK, that is £491. So it is the lowest we've ever offered this, but it's because of our partnership with Creative Zone. So we're more than happy. Well, I'm more than happy to do so.
I am reluctantly, but we will get, you know, it won't be around forever. So if you are interested.
So Jimmy has asked, so Jimmy's asked how long. We haven't got an end date for this, but it's not going to be around for very long. And then saying, do we need to renew this plan after 3 months?
No. It's not a subscription model. It's just a one-off payment for this.
Yeah.
So there will be ways, if you wanted to work with us moving forward, of course we'd have conversations with you, but no, this is just a one-off payment that you pay for this. And
do you know, we see this stuff sold for so much money, and actually, you know, it's not rocket science. You learn what to do, what not to do, and we can teach you to use. We've got a super easy system. So it's almost frustrating that people are charging so much for you to learn this. And then also we see other coaches, and they've been putting out the same old stuff for years, and I know they've not updated it. So we update. We've just filmed this 2 weeks ago. We filmed all of this. We refreshed all of our training based on the changes. Social media changes as you go along. Marketing, the fundamentals of marketing doesn't really change, but social media does, and the functionality of it. So this is training that we recorded between Christmas and New Year. So it's all hot off the press. It's all completely relevant for today, and that is a one-off payment.
Yeah, and because ChatGPT, if you've heard of that, is an AI bot, is relatively new to the marketplace. I've got a PDF as well that I can put into there too, that's all about how to use that too, because obviously that's going to help you with creating some of your content as well as that. So if anybody's got any more questions, you can ask. If you are watching this on the YouTube, this coupon may not work. I'm just really conscious it's going to be out there, and we're recording this on the 16th of January 2023. So I can't see it being around more than a week after that. So if you want to get in and you want to take advantage of that, you can do. Of course, if you are too late, you can reach out to us, and you know, you'll be able to buy it you know, in another way for the full price, basically, probably without the bonuses and things, but you'll still be able to buy it. But
so if anybody's got any questions, put them in. It's questions that we didn't go through as they went. Somebody's put in the past, one would need to do market research to get to know their customers. How do you do it now? Talk to your customers exactly the same way. And this is another way that LinkedIn is really good. So LinkedIn polls are phenomenal. So if you've got a question about a certain type of people, just put a poll in LinkedIn. It's so easy to engage with, and you get phenomenal engagement and visibility on polls. So that's a really good way to do it. And then everybody loves to help. So you could even use a post saying, you know, help me please, I'm looking to find out what this kind of people think about this kind of thing, you know, but just bear in mind when you do that, that they're not necessarily, the people answering might not necessarily be your ideal client. So don't take it as gospel, but it's a fantastic way to get engagement. It's a fantastic way to start getting the algorithm to link you with those people who are probably going to be clients of yours one day, that they're engaging with you. So you'll start to see their stuff, they'll see more of your stuff, and it's a great way to get information. And then if you've had a few clients already, you know, people like to give feedback and just, you know, have a Zoom call with them or something like that and ask them some questions. If you're brand new, you've never had any clients, do the work on your ideal client based on who you want it to be. it's not set in stone. It can change as you go along, and it will tweak as you go along. And then just try and talk to people who are like that and say, just, can I spend 5 minutes asking you some questions? You could even use LinkedIn to say, I'm looking for these people, just started a business, looking for these people to just ask some questions, who's available? And I bet you'll get loads of people coming saying, I don't mind helping you, because people are generally nice, aren't they? So LinkedIn is a really good way to do your market research.
Because everybody's on there for the same reason. Everybody, understands what it is for and what they're trying to do. So, but as much as somebody's on there with a business themselves, looking to promote their business, they're also looking to buy products and services too. And even if they're sat at a desk on a 9 till 5, they're still going to be interested in your products and services, depending. So yeah, ask if any of your people would like to do market research, or if they know of anybody that sits in your ideal client range, and then people will refer people to you as well. Any other questions, just let us know. Just going to have a look through the chat, see if there's any more in here.
So yeah, new year, new you, new business, new goals, hopefully, and it's ready to start doing them without putting so much extra effort in. No need.
Yeah, you don't. I'm just really conscious that it's like an hour is up. Yes. A few of our clients, Janet says she really likes Daily Dave. Yeah, if you get stuck with this, you'll get, it's worth $600 alone for 3 months worth of content, so you know what to post every single day. So yeah, to get that, and then everything else in it is absolutely.
We've got content planners in there. We've got a daily methods of operation that give you the minimum things. So it's like a game. Turn it into a game. We've got ways to reach out and speak to people directly. We've got easy ways to connect. How to set up your profile, step-by-step guide to that. Everything you need is in there, and it's really super simple. Because I don't like complicated. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, just having a look. So any other?
So yeah, connect with us on LinkedIn. As Anna said, if you've got any questions, reach out through LinkedIn, and we can speak to you directly. That's absolutely fine. Then yeah, I'd get in this week, because I think that we are gonna put an end to this, but it just depends on people that reach out and talk to us, I guess, and how many people want to get in and talk with creative then.
Yeah, Joe has asked how to reach potential clients in a more targeted way.
Good question.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if it's just saying that or saying that's what we do, or so yeah, exactly. So how to reach potential clients in a more targeted way is the search functionality. You can make sure that you're filling your world up with the right people in the program as well. So after the 3-month work plan, what's next? You can speak to us and join us on other programs if you want to, or you'll have everything.
We've put everything in here. You should be exactly where you need to be to just go and do it on your own. We don't want to build like dependency where you've got to keep giving us money or you don't get anywhere. So it's literally got everything in it you need. If you want to go to the next level and dig deeper, or work one-to-one or whatever, then there's other ways you can work with us, but you absolutely don't need to spend this money, and you should have everything you need.
Yeah, and also you can, if you loving Daily Dave, getting the content every single day, then you can buy another one, a standalone one for $106 for a Daily Dave, and get another 90 days of content after you've done all of this. That's an option as well. So yeah, to reach potential clients in a more targeted way, that's LinkedIn has everything in this program does that, because LinkedIn has the functionality to do that. You can search if you only need people that are in a certain area. So we had one lady, she during lockdown, she begrudgingly did some Zoom. She does she does Pilates as well. Not the lady that was on there, but a different lady that does Pilates. But she loved her doing the face-to-face sessions. So she begrudgingly did the Zoom ones when she had to in lockdown. But then as soon as lockdown ended, she went back to the local church halls and the local community centres. But she still filled it all up with people from LinkedIn, because she was very targeted on who she filled her world with. So she obviously only filled the world with people that were in like a 5 to 10 mile radius of her, because obviously they needed to drive to her location.
So we are passionate about helping people to find an organic way to get on LinkedIn and start getting new clients, because we see so many agencies just say, put some money into ads. And unless you fully understand your niche, your messaging, and tested it and see that it works, then you can waste a lot of money super fast with ads, with Navigator, with things like this. So this course is about the fundamentals, getting all of that right, finding an organic system that works for you. And then obviously, if you want to scale, you can go on to scale, and you can put that knowledge you've got, the messages you've got that work, and resonate with your ideal clients and get them to spend money with you, you can then put money into other things. And there are other ways to work with us or other people to do that. But what we want to make happen is to make sure you've got the organic system right and it's working for you and you're getting new clients. And then it's just about ramping it up.
Yeah, if you've been using it and you're not getting results, then you need to switch something up really, and this is it. Once you've gone through this process, that's
I don't think the route isn't to go from not making it work to throwing a load of money at it, because you will waste a load of money. This is easily the interim step that you need to take in order to not waste your money at the next step when you get to scale. If you're ready to scale, then talk to us. We have one-to-one programs and things like that. So feel free to reach out to us. That's absolutely fine. But this is about getting all the fundamentals right and building an organic method that gets you more clients.
Yeah. So Joe said he's in management consultancy and training.
Oh, yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Easily. Yeah.
LinkedIn is your platform then, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't need to go anywhere else. So
No.
yeah, you can, any business that you have, you could literally just use LinkedIn and get the results that you need just from that. So you don't need to waste a ton of time on lots of other platforms. You can make that work, lead it into getting, building up your own email list as well. And that's it. You can snowball and have your books full, as many clients as you can handle really. And then move on to scaling. So
click on the link, check it out. There's loads more detail on there. It's not just click on it if you want to buy, click on it and read. We've got a sales page and there's a lot more information on there. So have a look. And if you're at all on the fence, then reach out to us. But and as you can see, it says the 1,200. You have to add the coupon afterwards at the end of the checkout, and then it takes it to half price for you. So I just don't want you to click on it and think, hang on, it says 1,200, and they said you can get it for 600. Yes, that's just the system we use. We have to,
with the code.
Allow us to do it any other way.
Yeah, exactly, because it's a bit of a one-off bespoke thing for Creative Zone. How do I reach out for one-to-one? Well,
send us a message on connect with us on LinkedIn and send us a message on there, and we'll set something up. Yeah,
we only have 5 to 6 one-to-one clients at any one time, because we're very, very in the business with whoever we're working with. So we'd have to see about timings and things like that as well. But yeah, reach out to either of us. We're happy to help. So I don't know if the Creative Zone guys are there or not, but I'm just conscious we've gone like 5 minutes over now. So I'll stop this sharing actually, because they've got the link in the chat if need be.
So if there are no other questions and Creative Zone aren't around, then I guess we'll just...
Oh, no, she is just for all good. Thank you. Get savvy.
Ah, fabulous.
Yeah, brilliant. I was a bit worried then. I was thinking, do we just like stop it? So we'll say goodbye to you now. I can see a ton of you, 2 or 3 of you have bought already, which is fantastic. And a ton of you have requested to connect with us. So yeah, let us know if you've got any questions on, a few others pinging up now. So yeah, let us know if you have any other questions. We're happy to have a chat with you as well.
Fabulous.
Cool.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Take care, guys. Bye. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.